Stay still! Derbyshire traffic cops.
It does have warning markers for potential firearms.
Turn over! You're under arrest. Attempt supply class A drug. Police 1,000 square miles.
It's a crash.
You got any other injury other than your head?
With some of the UK's most dangerous roads.
I don't know what's been killed out of this. I don't know.
Do you know how fast you were going?
It's scary when stuff like this happens.
In life and death situations.
Get on the ground, you retake it! We've got runners. Face down. Yes, successful sting.
Around every corner.
Great acting, mate.
There's a new challenge for the traffic cops.
Step out of the vehicle now!
Stay there.
Stop grabbing me like that.
Coming up,
Wrong side of the Keep West Bollard. Wrong side of the roundabout.
the traffic cops battling a surge in car crime.
We've got runners. Don't do that! Drop your hands! Face down. Show your hands. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Hunting down dangerous wanted suspects.
You're under arrest on suspicion of robbery.
And teenage thieves on the run.
We sogged over the fence and then towards that scaffolding.
Come out now.
From an 8 to all units monitoring this channel, we've just had an ANPR hit for a vehicle. Stand by for details.
Across the East Midlands and Yorkshire, a sharp rise in car crime is stretching police forces.
2-8, high performance marked vehicle, advanced driver, T-pad train.
Vehicle thefts at the moment seem to be massively on the rise. In particular, we seem to be getting hit with a spate of 2-in-1 burglaries whereby a person or a group of people will burgle an address purely to get the keys for the vehicles on the driveway.
Traffic cops, like Matt Cork, face criminal gangs using tech and fake registrations to steal high-powered cars.
There's a vehicle that's hit up a few miles away from here, and basically it's been identified today as a clone vehicle.
From 7-1, this clone, it's been in around Notts yesterday, all found last night at a similar time and then went eastbound.
I'm going to be jumping out and looking over the side of the bridge.
Thieves try to avoid getting caught by using cloned car registrations, copying the identity of a genuine vehicle.
Just remind me of the reg, say 1-5.
1-5,
Do we know what colour the clone is?
it's silver.
Thank you.
They use 4 or 5 different sets of number plates, regularly stopping and changing them to try and prevent us from keeping tabs on where they've been.
It's just got underneath us.
Yeah, sorry, yes, thank you.
So just trying to make some ground now. Yeah, 2-8, I've got him in sight, giving him about 300 yards. So at the minute we're just waiting for some more units to get to us, with a view to putting a preemptive box on the vehicle. So we'll look at doing that as safely as we possibly can.
As Matt tails the suspect, Control directs other units to help stop the car.
I am monitoring. Just keep me updated. You've got one vehicle very close to you. Just looking for other vehicles.
We want to get things in place, tactics in place to prevent a pursuit ever happening and get the occupants under control. But with that comes a risk both to myself, to my colleagues, to members of the public and to these people that are trying to get away.
Romeo 632, Darkshaw Way. I've got 3 plain Notts cars behind it, 14 man.
2-8 monitored.
There are now 10 units from 3 different forces in pursuit.
2-4, if you let the car come up and get sorted out some safety, we should be able to put a tactic on it.
Yeah, we'll look at putting a box on when we get the safety on. We've got quite a good sterile zone here. Wait till it's gone past the slip and we'll get on. Move up on me.
But as the units surround the suspect,
Yeah, coming off at the services.
the driver pulls off the motorway.
Be alive to the country flow, team. Be alive to the country flow.
at that moment in time, they've got nothing to lose. They're not thinking about the risks they're taking.
Down an unnamed road.
It's absolutely vital to remain calm. We've got to have some sort of tactical resolution in place to try and bring the pursuit to a stop safely. And the quicker we're able to do that, the better.
70 and 40, crossing the solid white line, crossing solid white again, speed 60, going to the overtake of 2 vehicles, wrong side of the key black collard.
Not Sierra 2 to Derbyshire Film, confirming you've authorised this pursuit.
Yes, it was authorised.
With the pursuit crossing borders, Nottinghamshire's control takes the lead.
Wrong side of the key black collard, wrong side of the roundabout, right.
Speed 60, heading north.
Wrong side, light crossing, stop on side of the left.
We've got runners, generally towards town centre.
Don't do that!
2 men have run from the car.
I don't know. Sure, did you see them make it through this hedge line?
Possibly not, no.
From 7-1, two occupants, both wearing dark clothing. That's all I can give you.
With no sign of the 2 runners, a drone operator arrives to assist.
Issue in you to have disappeared now. Yeah, just that heat source there, but...
Not mobile. Member public was saying there's one in the backyard.
I'm searching them with the garden, please. In the next garden, there's a heat source hiding behind the shed. Just check out the next garden along the dog. Yes. Keep going. Stop, there, on your left, the heat source there. There's a big shed at the back.
Show me your hands! Face down!
Stay there. Get detained.
Mate, under arrest on suspicion of dangerous driving, theft of motor vehicle. You don't have to say anything, but it may have your defence if you don't mention my question. Something which may rely in court, and if you do say maybe giving evidence, all right?
Sorry, I'm not too much speaking.
Anything dangerous in pocket?
I think so, no. Just phone and cigarette.
ID.
No, I think nothing.
Can we utilise you?
With 1 arrest made, nearby the 2nd runner is found.
From 7-1, we've got 1 detained. The dog has got another one in the garden at the top of the road.
Right, I'm going to go with these guys, okay? As I say, mate, no arrested on suspicion of theft of motor vehicle. Right, put your knees forward, lean forward a little bit. Put your hands behind your back, now.
2 other suspects have also been arrested by the Nottinghamshire officers.
They've got the other 2. So there's 4. The 4 have been detained.
While all 4 men are taken for questioning, officers search the suspect's car.
This was shoved right under the driver's seat.
The police have found 2 bags containing electronic scanners and transmitters.
It potentially is like a relay device to steal vehicles keylessly.
You've got another one of them in it, but like a more powerful one.
Yep.
And then the actual scanning laptop, if you like. Probably quite an expensive bit of kit.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So the kit that's been found in the car certainly appears to be the sort of equipment used to gain entry to keyless entry vehicles. And then some of the other equipment, including laptops and OBD plugs, appear to be what they would then use to start the car, having opened it, and drive it away without a key.
Matt continues searching the bag.
Stickers, so that double-sided sticky tape, so that plates can be swapped over almost instantaneously. Crafty balaclava. So everything in that bag suggests to me that these people are out, up to no good, which is obviously why they're in a cloned vehicle. Vehicles on false plates. And if we'd not got on top of them tonight, I dare say there'd be a few people waking up to find their cars coming off the driving the way in the morning.
With keyless entry, keyless start, you've got an app and there is no key. But with the removal of a physical key for a car comes signals which can be intercepted. There are people getting their hands on technology that is intercepting these signals who almost trick the car into thinking that that is the owner with the genuine key.
Coming up. Traffic cops track down a dangerous suspected car thief.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have? What you need to understand is, you're coming with us.
And car criminals putting lives at risk.
All I'll say is, how do you think you'd have felt if I'd have come knocked on a door and said that you've been dragged down road?
Oh my God.
They don't care.
Assistance on this one, will you? Thanks for safety, etc.
10 Tango Sierra 4.
On the M1 in Derbyshire, traffic cop Sergeant Scott Riley is responding to an urgent call for backup.
Not behind a stolen car, just going past services.
Officers from Nottinghamshire are ahead tailing a suspect car.
It's a black Audi S7, been stolen from Northants. At the minute, we're just racing to catch up.
Across the UK, a car is stolen every 8 minutes.
Car crime, burglaries, have all gone through the roof.
This vehicle yesterday was involved in an incident where a knife was used.
Did you have a description of the weapon?
Control search for more information about the suspect vehicle.
From any small units that are following after this vehicle, please be advised it does have warning markers for potential firearms.
These criminals are some of the most dangerous criminals we've come across. We've seen them offer weapons towards homeowners. We've seen them offer weapons towards police. We've seen them drive at police, do anything to stop us stopping them.
From 1-4 from now, we're suggestion of a firearms.
We've not made any attempt to stop this vehicle at all.
Fire Unit 2, I'll step back to act as safety. Not ARB, are they in position to deal with the vehicle?
With Nottinghamshire's firearms units en route,
So we're just treading a bit carefully.
an unmarked car ahead tails the suspect.
We're covertly following it at the minute, so we're not getting too close to it.
They will do absolutely anything in their power to get away. They don't care about hurting us. They don't care about hurting the members of the public, because they know that if we catch them, they will go to prison for a long time.
Not RB is following him. Tactics are authorised.
I would like the marked vehicles to move through and overtake me. Got you now.
Derbyshire Tango Sierra 4 is also with the stick.
Multiple police units from 2 forces close in on the suspects.
Off services into the lorry park. You may come to a natural. Units can drop on me, please.
Move your hands. Keep your hands where I can see them. Anything else in the car?
Oh,
Just come over here. Just stay nice and chilled, yeah? Sure.
yeah, no problem.
All right.
No problem.
If somebody mentions to you firearms, it really focuses your mind that actually the only right thing to do is get that person handcuffed and take any ability away from them to cause you any harm.
Any weapons, anything that would hurt me, hurt my colleagues?
What happened?
Have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have?
Shouldn't.
Okay. What language do you speak?
Romanian.
Romanian.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, right. You've been stopped.
Yeah.
That vehicle you're driving is reported as stolen.
What?
Yeah,
That is a stolen car. Stolen. Not yours.
Yeah,
Not your car, is
It's
it?
my car. It's a friend car.
Okay. Well, whosever car it is has told the police
Yeah.
stolen.
Stolen.
Yes.
While Scott detains the suspect, officers check the man's ID.
Have you been arrested before?
No.
No? First time in cuffs? In the UK? Yeah? How long have you been in the UK?
I have 1 year.
1 year?
Yes.
Yeah. The more and more I'm hearing on the radio and the more and more we look into his past, you then get a sense of who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with.
Are you giving the correct details? Are you giving the police correct details? Yeah.
Scott suspects the man's provided a false name. A search of the car uncovers some alarming items.
That's a knife. Good job, isn't it? Another knife. There's only one reason for carrying these. It's for protection to use them. Intimidation, aren't they? Massive intimidation. I mean, look.
False name that he tried to give us.
Despite being given a false name,
Yeah, that's him, isn't it? 100%.
Scott believes they've identified the suspect.
So what's he wanted for?
This individual's wanted for a very serious crime where he's used a knife to obtain that car, is driven halfway up the country with that stolen property. So what lengths is he going to go to get away from us?
I'll lock this chap up. Yeah. What's the details of the robbery?
Between the hours 7:20, 8:20, robbery GBH.
Okay, mate. At this moment in time, you're under arrest on suspicion of robbery. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm you to say it's not mentioned when questioned, something which you later on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand? I know English is not your first language, but what you need to understand is you're coming with us. You understand that, yeah? It's got to go to the back. Force policy, mate. I know it's uncomfortable. That's how they've got to go. That's how they've got to go. No. Especially, of course, for what you've been arrested for. You've been arrested for a violence offence. I'm not following my colleagues, yes. A robbery is violent. All right, a robbery is violent, trust me. So now what we've got to do is go and do the fun bit and write all the paperwork up. Looking at the weapons that have been found in that vehicle presents a real danger to officers when we stop in that vehicle, and then that's a little bit of a wake-up call for you that you need every now and again to remind you that it is a dangerous place out there.
VW Passat. I've turned on it, I've done behind us down, it's just reacted and shot off high speed.
What colour is it, mate?
Grey or silver, I think, it was dark. Very high speed, it's in excess of 80.
On the northern edge of the county, Derbyshire traffic cop Chris Wells-Jackson is playing catch-up to another suspected car theft.
South Yorkshire have got a fail to start with a possible clone vehicle. So we're going to make his way up to the border just to give him some assistance in case they come on to us. The scale of car crime, burglaries, theft of motor vehicle cloning at the moment is absolutely ridiculous. We'll get criminals that come from Sheffield, from Nottingham, Manchester, Leicester that come into our county with the sole purpose of finding a high-powered, high-valued vehicle, taking it.
Yes, see the head, lights out.
It's going to be a decamp shortly, I think.
S13E01, a possible decamp is a dead end.
South Yorkshire and the Derbyshire officers have gone into the woods after him, so hopefully they'll pick him up shortly. The helicopter's above him, we're not going to lose him.
S13E01, yes, we're still watching this male running away. He has a very small dog with him that's running alongside him. He's making good ground, he's almost at the railway station.
Quite a few cops stood down there on a containment, so they can't be far away.
After a 30-minute search, the runaway suspect disappears.
I can't believe we've not found him, though. I know obviously tree line's quite thick, but helicopter being above him.
But moments later, control updates.
It's a Range Rover Evoque in black. It's stolen in Chesterfield.
Yeah, received.
It's another call about another stolen car.
It's been stolen off the driveway, and they smashed the window to get into it and managed to get it started somehow.
Land Rover, Range Rover thefts. So common at the moment. They seem to have a way of getting into them without the keys, and they're away in a few seconds most of the time.
with a number of units still searching the South Yorkshire border for the missing suspect. Police resources are stretched.
If it comes up to us, we're definitely not going to have any team back capability. And if it's a team that's stealing, I mean, this is the second one into it this night tonight.
Yeah, so just turn the night car out position.
You get seriously organised criminals that will actively go out, target particular vehicles and particular properties. They'll do the research, they'll go out in the daytime and look at the properties they want to break into, look for the cars that they want to steal. They'll go out later that night and steal the vehicle. And it's not just one or two vehicles, they'll go on to steal 4 or 5. Sometimes you're looking at £250,000, £300,000 worth of vehicles going in the space of 4 or 5 hours.
Say again, so you want me to go and look at CCTV for it?
Chris is asked to check the victim's house for any footage of the suspects.
Yeah, received.
The IP is going to be at home, see if there's any other CCTV on the street. She says there's a vehicle was parked on the side of the road.
As Chris makes his way, Control updates on the victim's son.
He got into his friend's car and driven down the road. As he pulled in front, just gone into the back of him and then ran in.
He's put himself at a massive risk. Obviously the stolen cars hit him in a bid to get away. He's then spun 180 and he's collided with a parked vehicle. Luckily for him, the occupant of the stolen car's not got out with any sort of weapon and tried to injure him.
He flipped us completely around in the car, like completely around. But obviously, because he was like being in a bumper car, as he hit, he's turned me this way, so I'm facing that way. And then the last time I seen it, I just seen that
that'll have just been the weight. That'll have been the weight of his vehicle.
It's one of those things. Because this car was stolen, I didn't think that he would damage the car in the process. If you know what I mean.
But he just wants to get away. That's the thing. All I'll say is, in my experience, they're willing to have a go with us and hurt us. So if they're willing to do that to us, what they're going to do to you? You know what I mean? So it's just. It's one of those things, and all I'll say is don't put yourself in danger because it's a car. I know it's your car and it's precious to you, but at the end of the day, it's a car and you can replace it. But if you, for whatever reason, you...
More the way that it made my bum feel, I could see.
Of course, of course. All I'll say is, how do you think you'd have felt if I'd have come and knocked on a door and said that you've been dragged down the road and killed? They don't care. It's gone badly wrong a few times in the past where people have chased after stolen cars in their own vehicles and the criminals have turned on them, beat them up to an extent where they could have quite easily died and they've come away with serious injuries, sometimes life-changing.
I looked him straight in the face twice, once when he was ramming us and then once when he was outside here. I recognised the guy.
The victim's CCTV might provide clues to the suspect's ID.
So this is when it happened at 2042. So this is my car outside. And then I rang the police at 2044.
Yeah, that'll be about right,
Yeah, and then this is obviously... Oh, what's that doing? Oh my God. It's not letting me play back.
A lot of the time, we find that criminals actually tamper with people's cameras. They're actually starting to jam people's Wi-Fi signals to those devices at the time that they're committing the offence. So you sort of have that blank spot of a few minutes when the offence takes place, and then everything seems normal again with the cameras. Has anyone else got CCTV?
I've just put an email thing onto our Facebook group for you. So this is it. So she heard that, took a photo, and then this is me coming out trying to switch my car alarm off, obviously we don't realise it.
You can't see anything. It's a bit like...
I obviously, what's going on with my car? And then I come closer, and then obviously I realised that he's in the car, and then literally it just went. I've never seen a car go that fast in this. It just went.
Land Rovers, Range Rovers are so common at the moment. They've just got a device that reads the code of the key. A lot of modern cars with modern technology have also got the cons that it makes it easier to steal because the criminals also have technology that appears to be better than the ones that immobilise the vehicle.
It was literally like my son, he went out to the shop, it must have been really short because he's left here. It was 5 minutes, so they must have been watching it. I think they must have been watching it because they've had nothing on car. I've had nothing with that car at all.
Yeah. Essentially seeing him walk out, I think no one's in the house now, I'll try my luck. And it's not just somebody that's taking an opportunity as they walk past the vehicle in the street and sticking a screwdriver in the lock and popping it open and hot wiring it. It's people that are actively going out to steal cars that are worth £50,000-60,000, sometimes more, because they know that they're going to get a lot of cash for it, and a good night's work for them is 250-300 grand's worth of vehicles. That's something that would take me 10-15 years to earn, working honestly. It's just the reality of it, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to sit there and tell a victim that we're going to be able to lock the offenders up and that they're going to get put in prison, but I just have to be brutally honest with them and tell them that the chances are very slim of them seeing the car again, and chances are it's going to be used in more crime, or it's going to get found dumped somewhere, and they're probably never going to want to drive it again because the criminals had a hold of it. It's just a complete invasion of privacy.
Coming up.
Just quietly on camera. Got decamp, 4 out and running.
Teenage car thieves on the run.
Yeah, it's committed under the bridge.
And a race to stop another stolen car.
Right, move up, move up, move up.
Confirm, is this the stolen Audi?
On the Derbyshire border with South Yorkshire.
Yes, we just quietly on camera.
Traffic cop Chris Wells Jackson and officers from the two forces are part of an air-to-ground search for a stolen Audi.
S13E01, nice. Double back on you. We've got decamp, 4 out and running.
And A449, it has decamped. I'm literally about a mile away from where it is.
S13E01 there, we've got 2 to ground.
Is there any way out of this offence?
With 2 men on the run in a nearby housing estate, Chris races to the scene.
Yeah, S13E01 there, we saw him going through that extension.
The police helicopter directs unit towards the missing suspects.
Just outside the house. S13E01, got the format units put together. Keep going forward, please. Stolen vehicle is to the right. Unit, turn left there, please. Turn left. Yeah, lead units up there. Stop there. On your left. On your left. So there's outbuildings on the second vehicle. You're right outside. Outbuildings to your left there. They came over the fence at the rear, and then it went into that extension area just on the left of the property as you're looking at it.
I want to send dog in, so come out now.
Can't see him. It's not quite tall enough. For the first time ever. I can see it back, so I know if anyone goes out, I can see him. But one.
You get round the side here. I should set her off going round back.
I'll go next door.
There's always something in the back of your mind when you're in that scenario thinking, if I climb into this building, what am I going to be faced with? Is there anybody in there that's willing to harm me? And your experience tells you that you need to be on edge constantly because you never know who you're dealing with. Recently I've dealt with jobs where these lads have got knives on them.
That gate's locked, I can't get over. Is it literally the other side of this wall?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have gone out at the back, they're under here.
You could get out the back, but Empress is saying they've not.
If we're right above it, and they've not come out the other side, the only other way they could have gone is in here, innit?
There is scaffolding on the back of that extension that's been built. As possible, there's a hiding place under there. Up in the corner there, the back of that extension, we sog over the fence and then towards that scaffolding.
Go on, I've got bin. Go on. I'll get bin. They're not going in that, you can't get in that door there, can you? Tom, check door.
Ash, I've got a foot here. He's on the floorboards.
Good one here, mate.
It's coming out now.
Stick your feet on here, mate. Lift your feet up.
Quite sneaky, really, because when you actually climb in there on face value, there's nobody in it, but when you lift the floorboards up, they were playing quite slightly underneath it, so...
Bring your feet down onto this bin here. Drop yourself down.
Put your head on that bolt. Sit your send down, otherwise you're going to...
Send down.
Rightfully under arrest, suspicion of theft of motor vehicle, failed to stop.
Yeah, so
A lot of the burglaries and thefts that I've dealt with and the pursuits that follow as a result of those vehicles being stolen are a mixture of different people. But to discover that it's a couple of teenagers that are in that vehicle that have been out stealing other cars, and you look at their previous criminal history and you see that they've got a list as long as your arm of thefts and burglaries, it's just unbelievable to think that they're not even 20 years old.
S13E01, apologies, we are going to have to leave now. But thanks for the help.
Yes, thank you very much for your assistance. It's appreciated.
See you at the next one. See you later. See you later. Cheers, mate. See you later, mate. The two that have been detained, one of them, I've heard his name a few times banded around, and he's very well known for being involved in burglaries and theft of motor vehicles. I think he's only a teenager, so it looks like his career as a criminal started very early and is continuing. Fingers crossed he'll get a decent sentence.
that number plate doesn't match that VIN plate.
Coming up,
There's two Land Rovers with the same number plate.
the traffic cops uncover another stolen vehicle on the move.
The chassis number that you've passed is, we've done a check on it, stolen from the London area.
Catching criminal gangs in stolen or cloned cars is a nightly operation for the traffic cops.
Shop 73, where was the last time it was here? Just in the southbound campus.
11 miles east of Derby, near the M1.
Hey, I'm taking 47. I'm out of my vehicle, looking over the overbridge.
Traffic cop Andy Swift is trying to spot a cloned car linked to a spate of thefts from heavy goods vehicles.
Yeah, he's committed under the bridge.
Thank you for that. You've touched yourself authorised on the vehicle. We'll get to it. Good night.
Yes, he's just gone under the bridge.
I think that's going to be it. Taking 47, it's contact. Lane 2, speed 70.
Yes, thank you for that. Should this go into a pursuit, it will be authorised and it should take full-time pursuit.
Vehicle still lane 2. And even taking 47, the plan will be, if it keeps maintaining lanes like this, then it'll be a case of a multi-lane box.
A multi-lane box requires 4 units, 1 to hold traffic back and 3 others to surround the vehicle and bring it to a stop.
Two pursuit vehicles on the track close by.
Boxes contained, well, 3 T-back units. We're all sat in.
As Andy keeps his distance, backup is on its way. Traffic cop Sergeant Scott Riley is nearby.
Yeah, Tom Swift, taking out past here.
Stand by there, you'll see me.
Swift, you've just gone past me. Do you want me to come up to you?
Yes. Commit south, Scott. We're a third of a mile now to the next junction, so yeah, move out. Where's the Oscar Juliet mobile? Have you caught up yet? Come on, get with us.
With enough units in place, the officers move in to surround the car.
Right, are we all together? Do a 3 vehicle box. I'll go front. Whoever's second, if you go near side, and then third vehicle if you go off side.
Yes, you got it.
Right, move up.
Could you follow this officer, please? So we can have a chat with you. Swifty, they'll follow you.
The suspect car contains a family, not who the officers were expecting.
Take them somewhere safe and get all the details.
So we shall take him to the exit and we'll sort out what we can. So obviously someone's driving around in the wrong vehicle. Oh. Good evening, sir. I don't know what my sergeant's explained or not so far.
So, there's 2 Land Rovers with the same number plates. One's registered to yourself, and one's registered somewhere else in the country.
That number plate doesn't match that VIN plate.
While the car's identity is checked, Scott talks to the driver.
Did you buy it from a garage or a private sale?
Private sale. I checked the history for car.
Yeah.
I paid £10 online.
The HPI? HPI check? Yeah.
Check clear. If it's not clear, I know why.
The chassis number that you've passed is, we've done a check on it. It's got a report on it, stolen from the London area, received.
Right, bad news is, this is a stolen car. Yeah, I appreciate you bought it legitimately, but this is currently a stolen car from the London area. You've done your HPI check on that, but that isn't this car. So your HPI would have come back clear because that is a car that looks exactly the same as this one. But the problem is, the VIN plate,
this little one here,
which is a vehicle identification number, that comes back to a different year and a different vehicle. So looks like you've been defrauded, unfortunately. So what we're going to have to do, I'm not going to give you good news, I'm not going to lie. The police are going to have to take this vehicle from you now because we're lawfully bound to do so, because somebody somewhere has lost a very nice car. I get that you haven't stolen that, I absolutely get that, but that is somebody else's car.
If you said, I take it to the police station, I give you my car, and I sort out that about my money.
I really understand what you're saying, but it's not something I can do because it is a high value stolen car. So it's not something I can just let go. It's really sad because we've actually almost transferred the victim, because we've just now uncovered another victim who's lost just as much money as the person who lost the initial car. We've absolutely got to get the car back to the right owner or to the insurance company that paid out for it. We don't want to leave you stranded. If you're happy that you and your family can stay here until somebody picks you up from Leeds, that helps us, I'll be honest. But the offer is there to take you back up a bit further north if you need it. But if you're happy stopping here and getting family to pick you up from here, that's great. So I'll let you make that decision.
Can we get your family out of the car so this man can get the vehicles? That's all right. Okay. Do you want to ask him to get out?
With the recovery underway, Scott and Andy check the car's history.
So he's managed to insure it and everything. So basically, the owner that's got the genuine one, his V5 has been superseded. The DVLA basically think that the one that's still running around London, they think that's been moved on.
So the DVLA would never know?
No. So there's only one vehicle on PNC, but 2 insured. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you've got to check your VIN number, haven't you? That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah. Because he's got keys, hasn't he? So
Three code them over. Yeah.
In the last 6 months, across the East Midlands and South Yorkshire, the police received nearly 7,000 reports of burglary and car theft.
It's frustrating because every incident you respond to, you know that there is a victim that's going to be seriously affected, not just for tonight, not just for the night after, but for a long time to come. The prisons are so full, the system's so stretched, that people aren't getting the sentences now that they used to. And we're dealing with the same people on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis. And if those people were in prison, where they should be, then this level of offending would come down.
In this episode,
Wrong side of the keep left, Pollard. Wrong side of the roundabout.
We've got runners, generally toward town centre.
the man the police believe failed to stop in a cloned car linked to burglary offences has been charged with dangerous driving and no insurance.
One detained, the dog had got another one in the garden.
Another runaway suspect was charged with handling stolen goods.
Put your hands behind your back, now.
The two men caught with laptops and transmitters were charged with going equipped to steal. All four men are currently released on court bail.
Show your hands. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Been arrested for a violence offence, so I'm not putting my knowledge.
The two men arrested at a motorway service station in a stolen car with knives inside have been released under investigation, under suspicion of robbery and burglary, while the police further their inquiries.
Realised that he's in the car and then he just went.
No suspects have been identified in connection with the theft of the Range Rover Evoque near Chesterfield, but the car was found the following day by the victim's son.
We sogged over the fence and then towards that scaffolding.
Sit down. Two teenagers arrested near Sheffield after running from a stolen car have been released on bail under suspicion of burglary, dangerous driving, no insurance, and possession of drugs.
Committed under the bridge.
Right, move up.
And the cloned Range Rover Evoque, stopped by Scott and Andy on the M1, was linked to a spate of thefts from lorries and confirmed as stolen. It has been returned to its insurers.
Next Monday at 8, we join Helen Skelton and the gang for brand new Winter on the Farm. Taking you inside the incident room as detectives try to crack the murder case of Yorkshire mum Wendy Speaks. Brand new Wednesday at 8. Back to tonight, an ex-miner shows his grit as the team battle to save his arm in Casualty 24/7. Every second counts. New next.